Wait, no. I know I've already said bye, but like, who decided to run that storyline? Like, why? Okay, so that was the Bold Type 210 called We Will Always Have Paris. It's actually called We'll Always Have Paris, is what it's called. Oh, I was supposed to look up whether the guy who plays Alex is Canadian. This is taking too long. And I'm too hot. I'm about to take this hoodie off. He's Canadian. I can't find an official answer, but I feel like he's Canadian. He has to be Canadian. If he's not, I don't know. I'll do something to make up for the fact that I was wrong. Oliver continues to be a wonderful boss. I love him very much. I don't have a lot to I always say I don't have a lot to say, but really I don't. I kind of do. We touched on the issue of women's fertility issues versus men fertility and reproductive issues, I should say, and the difference for funding for men's reproductive rights versus women's reproductive rights. And I mean, it was a topic of conversation in this episode. It wasn't the main topic of conversation by any means, but it is a topic of conversation. And I feel like that is going to come up again next season. This season ended at a very kind of in the middle of the action. It ended with them walking into the party. Kind of like a cliffhanger, you pick up right where you left off. You know what I think? Because I mean, I wrote down all the stuff I have to say. I think that I will film these tomorrow. It won't put me off on editing. I have enough to edit. I'm good. And that'd help me too, since it's the last episode of the season, so I don't have to have comments that I hold in for an entire year. I'm not doing that. So I guess I will be back then. Adios. I feel like I have a lot to talk about and not enough time to say, because I have to be at work very shortly. Speaking of things I never mention every single episode, I look at Asia's, the thing that they make, it's like an earring set that they make Asia wear. I look at it every single episode and it's cute. I would wear something like that. You know, this entire season they've been dropping clues at stuff, right? And I just feel like I missed all the clues, or at least I didn't utilize the clues to put together what the end result would be. I don't know, I feel like I should have picked up on the whole Jacqueline being replaced storyline a lot sooner. I feel like I should have picked up on that a lot sooner. I also feel like I should have picked up on the correlation between Adina's work and Kat and Adina's relationship. You know, the whole thing that was going on there. I noticed, but it didn't like click that was what was going on. And when I say I noticed, I mean I noticed that Adina was suddenly working, that she was working more, but it did not click to me that it was because of the freedom or the open relationship, which I think it's wild how so many of Kat and Adina's storylines are very much intermingled. How Kat's discovering her sexuality, that storyline is intermingled with Adina's immigration storyline. The sexual discovery as in discovering that she wasn't heterosexual. Now we still see the immigration storyline and Kat discovering her queerness, for lack of better words. We still see that storyline intermingle where the two kind of play off of each other. But then now we also see the fact that, you know, Kat's sexual exploration and Adina's work are both storylines that are playing off each other, because Adina needs the work. And I mean, she got, yay for visa. She got her visa, which was a wonderful thing. I'm very happy about that. Okay, I gotta go back to the storyline thing. But another thing I wrote down to say is that Nicole, right? I feel like I haven't even said a lot about her this season, but I do appreciate her portrayals. Generally speaking, not that I ever go into a show expecting bad acting, unless it's like I know that the actor isn't great at acting, because sometimes I'll like watch a show, I'm not gonna name names because it's rude, but I'm like, oh yeah, and this person like low-key can't act, high-key cannot act. I'm still gonna watch it though, because representation. Generally speaking, there's just such little representation when it comes to certain things that literally this is your option. You either take it and grain of salt that shit, or you leave it alone entirely. So I'm good at grain of salting that shit. Not that I ever go into a show expecting bad acting, but the acting has kind of caught me off guard. I am impressed by, especially in that season finale there, I am impressed by just them, the actors. I'm impressed. Honestly, during, gosh, Nicole, alright, during that, what was it, 206 I think, where, yes it was 206 because I left the room. Kat comes to the house and Nicole as Kadena immediately starts laughing, and like she has so much joy, and that's where I was just like, no, and that's when I turned it off. It was just that face, that smile, the laugh, just she is so she's so good at being, well, this character, and so good at portraying and so good at making me hurt. Very good at making me feel things, and again, a lot in this episode. So I've edited part of 210 already, and I hope to get this out by tomorrow. It hurt even more the second time around. It hurt the first time, trust me, but like the second time, since I already knew it was happening, I didn't even want to edit it. I just was just like, no. And ooh. And that scene where Kat was asking Kadena whether or not her lack of work, good work, had anything to do with their relationship. That scene, that was a doozy, first of all, because of Asia and Nicole's acting. And when I was editing, I was like, God damn it, them. Why? And I thought about the fact that 109 before Tequila Sunrise should have been adequate warning that those two were going to make me feel things with their acting that I didn't want to feel. And I mean, it's the script too, yes, but also the script needs a life. A script is just a script. There are bad scripts and good scripts, but I'm saying a script doesn't mean much unless you have someone who can actually perform the script and portray the character the way the character, well, to bring the character to life. Because there are many interpretations on the character, but let's not get into acting lessons right now. I have a limited amount of time. I have to do my best here. Nicole is very good at making me feel things. So is Asia. Well, I mean, I'm bringing attention to them specifically because they're the most recent ones. I mean, I think in the last episode it was Megan who just really got me. But yeah, put me in a room with them, fighting them. I know my outro comments are kind of scattered all over the place. I have a few more, but I have to figure out how to say them in a way that doesn't seem overly disorganized. Oh, but yeah, I was just talking about how a lot of Kat and Kadena's storylines are reliant on each other. How some of their storylines are reliant on each other. And so the one character's experiences directly affects and shapes the other character's experiences. One character's experiences, a storyline, one character's experiences directly affects the other character's experiences. And this is just in certain storylines. They are their own individual characters and they have their own shit going on. But with certain things such as Kadena's immigration status and Kat's sexual discovery, those two storylines are examples of one character's experiences directly affecting the other character's character growth. God, so that scene where Kat went into the bathroom and cried. I don't want to watch that scene again. Sutter is back together. Yeah, there were certain things this season where maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me where I found the timing to be odd. I don't know. I think it's because there was just so little Richard this season. I mean, it's obvious that Sutton has been dealing with this the entire season. And at one point, it started to look like they were not going to get back together. I was like, it actually looks like they're not going to be getting back together. Like, are they done? I mean, it was just what I was thinking. Happy for Sutton, definitely. Big old romantic gesture. Cool for that. Glad Sutton's happy. Ship Sutton with happiness and healthiness as well. Anyway, though, oh, and then the whole thing where, well, you know what? I'm gonna get back to, there's still other stuff I want to talk about. I know I'm jumping around here. The whole Ben Pinstripe Jane storyline, it didn't unfold how I thought it was going to unfold. I said it looked like it was back from when Pinstripe first showed up. I got the suspicions. I mean, and just Jane's behavior. And I want to know, who is it that she would call first? I guess we'll figure that out next season. It's funny because sometimes writers do that. I'm sure maybe the writers know, but sometimes writers do that because they don't know. And then they'll just leave until next season, so now they have all this time to figure out what the answer actually is. I said that I was hoping that the whole Ben Pinstripe Jane storyline, I hoped that it didn't unfold in a specific way, and it didn't. Well, it kind of did. But I was thinking that Jane would be the one who made that move, and I was hoping that it wouldn't be her to make that move if she were in the relationship with Ben still. But it was Pinstripe who made the move, and it didn't escalate in a manner that I expected it to, or that I was hoping it wouldn't, because this whole time I was like, I feel the storyline unraveling. There's a specific way that I hope it doesn't unravel, and that was a specific way that I hope it didn't unravel, and it didn't unravel that specific way. I'm kind of just here along for the Ben Pinstripe ride. I don't know, I guess I'll just see what happens. Every single time that I've read the title, We'll Always Have Paris, I don't know. I don't think it was intended to come across like this, but every time I read that, I kind of read it like, at least we have Paris. So before I even started watching the episode, I was like, I really hope it's not something that's gonna mess me up. I hope like not a lot of bad things happen. In my intro comments, I talked about Sutton and potential alcoholism, because alcoholism itself and alcoholic behaviors are different things. Kind of like a sexual orientation or a sexual identification and sexual behaviors are different things. And so many of these things are defined by their behaviors when they should not be entirely defined by their behaviors. Such as, like, someone will say, oh, they became an alcoholic. Alcoholism is not meant to be entirely defined by the behavior, because if it was meant to be entirely defined by the behavior, then someone who is in recovery would not still be considered an alcoholic. The behavior itself, not drinking, doesn't mean you're not an alcoholic. You're still an alcoholic. You're just an alcoholic who is not drinking. So, I mean, Sutton's mom is still an alcoholic, even though she's sober. But I don't know, a lot of just all the conversations I hear surrounding alcoholism and other things, it's not just alcoholism. So many of the conversations define alcoholism by the behavior. But anyway, I talk about alcoholic behaviors in my intro comments. And in this episode, we saw it again, and it makes me just, I don't know, it makes me concerned that that's a storyline that they're actually legitimately going to explore in the future, is the steady increase of alcoholic behavior in Sutton. On the other hand, it could just be for comedic effect. I mean, this is the second time that we've seen Sutton just go up to her friends and drain both of her friends' drinks, and it could be for comedic effect. And it could be another one of those clues that I so directly missed this season. I wrote down Richard's dad with a question mark, and I don't know why I did. I think it's just because of this speech that Richard gave there about how short life was, and probably the fact that that's what inspired him to stop dicking around and, you know, call it off with a woman that he wasn't happy with. Dicking around. That wasn't on purpose when I said it. Okay, so the only thing that is left to talk about that I wrote down, and hopefully I never forgot anything, was I going to talk more about Jacqueline? I don't think I was. I hope that she doesn't get replaced. I love Jacqueline as a character. I'm very fond of Jacqueline as a character. I think I was almost immediately. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. I can't believe I have to wait an entire year for to see. I hate waiting in between shows. I'm still not sure entirely what I thought of this season. I'm glad this show exists. I really am. I enjoy this show. I enjoy the characters. Some characters more than others, but still, I enjoy the characters. I enjoy the heck out of the friendship so much. Love the actresses. I love how they portray their characters. I love how much commentary the show produces. I love how many complex situations they try to portray. I appreciate all the commentary this show attempts to produce and the attention it intends to bring to subjects that are not necessarily often discussed or get enough attention. I think my biggest issue with this season must have been timing, because there were multiple instances, and again, I said this last video, because the show has 10 episodes a season, I do take that into consideration, as well as with Orphan Black, take those things into consideration before I unleash holy hell. Just kidding. Before I criticize, I take it into consideration. But I don't know, I just think something with the timing was off. At some point in this season, it just went askew. And then we had to work to get back to the storylines that were happening. I think that was around the point of 207-ish, maybe 208. To me, it didn't feel as though it was a smooth transition. That's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's just something I noticed. I just think some of the things with the timing, like the Richard and Sutton thing, and the open relationship thing, just two examples. I've already discussed how the timing of the execution and the timing of the open relationship felt kind of odd to me because of the fact that just how it was set up. I've already discussed it, so I'm not going to discuss it in detail again. I've already said it in the last video. I think a lot of important stuff happened this season. Important commentary occurred. I think the characters went through each character, all the characters, the main characters. I hadn't really thought of this in terms of Adina, but I mean, Adina has also had her own stuff going on. How all these characters have had important things going on in terms of their development. I don't think that there is necessarily a character that just remains stagnant, which is a good thing. It's good to keep characters developing. I've seen some people make a contrasting argument in regards to Adina, and of course this statement was specifically in reference to the core friend group and Adina, because we didn't really see Alex this season, and I mean, we didn't really see that much of anyone else. So yeah, I've seen people argue the opposite for Adina. And while I'm here, I will say that I hope next season that Adina is better utilized. There's a lot of potential here, a lot of untapped potential that has not been, well, utilized, especially in terms of culture as well as just individuality of the character that I would like to see more of, and the character's feelings and expression, as well as in the cultural expression. I hope that we see more of that next season. And here's to hoping we see more of Alex next season, because there is a lot that we don't know about the character that I would like to know about the character. But yeah, I'd like to know more about Alex. Okay, so I actually right now have to head to work, so I'm leaving. And I'm not finished my outro comments, so I will be back later after work. And I guess I'm still gonna have the whole day to think, because I still am trying to wrap my brain around what happened with Kat and Adina this episode. I'm still not finished talking about that. Can I be though? So I will be, well, it's not going to be any time for you guys. It's going to be an entire day for me before I'm back. I'll be back to talk about those things. For y'all, it will be right now.
One extremely annoying shift later.
Okay, so I am off of work. I've had about 11 hours to think about this. And I still have very... I don't know what I think, okay? Before I even start back up with what I was saying, someone did comment today. I thought it was an interesting perspective, so I'm going to bring it up. Someone commented on my last video, 209, where I discussed how I didn't like my friend's argument because it painted Adena out to be a child who is incapable of making her own decisions, or that it painted Adena out the argument painted Adena out to seem as though she didn't have free will or something whilst making the decisions that she made. But someone commented about something that they had seen. They had seen another person say something about the fact that in terms of entering the open relationship, it was actually, so to speak, Kat who was forced into the open relationship. Forced is a strong word, but she didn't really have any say in the rules, and she was just kind of told this is how it is. And I'm just saying that was someone's comment that I saw, and I thought that that was an interesting perspective. I think everyone made their own decisions in that situation. Last video, I also brought up how I thought that no one deserved to feel as though they were inadequate because of their significant other. And I find it really ironic that that's what ended up happening. And I said that I don't think anyone deserves to feel inadequate, but that I didn't think that Adena equated Kat's curiosity to her not being a good enough significant other or a good enough girlfriend. I always thought that Adena understood that it wasn't something that was personal, just like just like Adena needing creative freedom or needing space in order to be creative isn't something personal. It's not like it's you personally. It's the boundaries of the relationship is what it is. And I mean, I have my opinions on this. Right now I'm just stating the little facts here. Oh. The reason I just said oh is because it wasn't something like meant to be personal. I think it's Adena being stagnant. I think it's Adena not being able to travel as freely as she had beforehand. I think that part of it is the domesticity, and I think that that doesn't have anything to do with the person that she's in a relationship with. If she were in a relationship with a different woman and the circumstances were the same, I think that Adena would still feel the same way, meaning that it is not something personally against Kat. But the issue does come in to play because of the fact that what Kat requires out of the relationship and what it seems as though Adena is going to require out of the relationship, they're different things. And this whole thing ended up being far more complex than I ever thought it was going to be, than I ever thought it was going to get. But I brought this up because she took it personally, like it actually really affected her, and I was just like, damn, what does one do in a situation like this? I mean, I'm still not to my opinion yet, but I mean, what it must suck to become aware of the fact that you are the opposite of a muse for someone, especially if it's someone that you love deeply. And I'm just a little confused. I was going to say that I was confused as to what happened, as to why Kat used to be a muse for Adena. How Adena was in Paris with Coco and wasn't producing work, and then she comes and she gets with Kat in the airport, and then, you know, all of a sudden she's back into her creative flow, almost as though Kat was a muse for her. But then after that, and after the relationship started to get more domestic, and apparently that changed, and I mean, me explaining it like that is, I guess, what helped me understand that that's what happened there. But I was like, what the hell happened? So you were the muse, and now you're the opposite of the muse. Gosh, I'm mad they pulled such a complex storyline. I'm not actually mad, but I'm I didn't expect that. I really didn't. This just got really complicated. And I mean, not that cheating isn't complicated. This got way more complicated. Way more than I thought it was going to be. Yikes. Go. This is really not good. Honestly, I want to watch that scene where Kat and Kadena were in Paris, you know, this scene where their little fight happened, and I would actually consider that a fight this time. I want to watch that scene again to hear both sides, even though I've seen it a few times. Well, no, I haven't seen it a few times. I saw it once while editing. I want to watch it again, but I don't want to ever watch that again because that hurt. Why do writers like doing that, huh? I laughed because, on the one hand, I don't understand sometimes why writers think it is a good idea to hurt the people who watch their show and to hurt the people who make up a good part of their fan base. Because, I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? But I also understand as a writer. I wrote a story for a workshop in a class once called AI about, well, the reason I wrote it was because I wanted to explore the concept of bringing someone back from the dead. And this was, of course, in my story, but it's because I procrastinated writing the story so long that I literally started writing it not long before it was due, and I happened to start writing it on the anniversary of my sister's passing. And, you know, for anyone who's ever lost someone close to them, family, friend, sibling is family, that day, that anniversary day, it can be more hard than the other days. And so I was having feelings, obviously, and I chose to make it was a genre workshop piece. I chose sci-fi, and I chose some sort of fantasy. I forgot what it was. I combined a few genres there, but I wanted it specifically to explore the concept of trying to bring someone back from the dead, bring someone to life. Summary: 2 main characters, both women. They're married. They've known each other since they were like in elementary school. Sky and Alex were their names. One of them was human, one of them was part AI, carbon-based AI. It's sci-fi shit. And so in an attempt to help Sorry, I'm reading my story. I don't know why I screamed. Oh God, most times I hate reading my own work. If it's been like over a year, and it has been, I don't know why. I'm gonna delete all that. Okay, so Alex was the one who died. Alex died. I couldn't remember who was who. Stop. Don't. I'm gonna make myself emotional reading that. That's bullshit. I can't believe I wrote something so depressingly horrible. So in an attempt to save her wife's life, Alex, the human, drowns. She dies. She's dead. And so the whole story is about Sky, the AI, trying to find a way to bring Alex back to life. And she plans on doing that by turning Alex into an AI herself. It's a whole thing. Anyway, though, it's not a happy story. It's really f***ed up, actually. And I don't know why I wrote it. Well, I know why I wrote it. I know why I wrote it. But all of my peers, my classmates who read it were like, what the f***, Chantel? The ending made me cry. But did it have to be that brutal? And I'm like, well, yeah. So like, I get it as a writer, but also I don't get it as an audience member, because I'm just gonna be, I'm hurt. Well, Yeah, I'm hurt. I had more to say, but I think I would like to go to Tumblr and see what shenanigans the fandom has gotten into. I'm sure they're arguing about something around here. But really though, what? Who the Someone's like, OMG, I forgot I called this shit weeks ago. It was just a screenshot. R.I.P. Kadena, get well soon. They're not over yet, but they're about to be. And that was July 23rd. And that's why I laughed. Oh, I love the fact that someone made, I'm reblogging it now. Someone, I think, made GIFs of the Bold Type Season 2 episode intros. I've been waiting for that. Not like for GIFs, but I've been waiting for, shit, what am I waiting for? For like someone to like post pictures of the screen caps and just have them all in one place. But I like this better. I said this already this morning, but there were literally so many clues that I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I didn't piece it together sooner. But like, it's always that thing. It's always that thing where when you find out what's really going on, you can look back. What is that called? Not retrospective, hindsight. Where you look back and everything makes sense. Shut the f up. I have to follow this person. I have to. I have to follow. Sorry, you've just been followed by my annoying ass. There seems to be some sort of question as to whether or not Nicole's coming back next season. What the f is this shit? Ooh, Tumblr is gonna kill me. Who did this? Who did this? Someone. Okay, I'm gonna like this post. This is a long post. Someone like put all these women loving women ships like in one text post and had like quotes from the ship. Like for example, Klexa, not everyone, not you, and Kofine, I came back for you, like, you know, and Kadena, I'm choosing. Like, who did this? Because I love you, but I kind of stopped breathing there for a second. Wait, is Kat's name Catherine? I'm gonna ignore that. It's funny how I brought up the Kat not wanting kids thing, potentially bringing up future relationship problems. And I mean, is there even a future relationship to bring up problems in? Honestly, wow. I've seen a lot of posts. I saw a lot of complaints there. Some stuff I've already said, some stuff I haven't said. I saw some saying issues with pacing, which I said, and some dropped storylines, and you know, some things that happened that seemed unrealistic. Like the same way I said that Kat kicking Adina out if they ever broke up would be unrealistic. Like, I wouldn't buy it. They had some of those complaints. I was laughing at the same post I was laughing at earlier. Big strap energy. Okay. I'm thinking a lot of things because this is a lot. God, I mean, practically this entire season. But especially in 210, I mean, in the conversation that they had with Elliot, I think it was. Something like that. The art critic guy. Where as soon as he mentioned that she hasn't been putting out work, she was like, stop it. No. I wonder at what point she figured out, Adina figured out, that her creative block was coming from her relationship. I wonder when. Was it when she opened the relationship and she found, like, did she piece that together? Did she just piece it together during that argument that they had? I kind of think that Adina figured it out, that she knew, which is why she responded the way she did to the art critic. Perhaps I am incorrect. But if that were the case, that would mean that she was purposely keeping it from Kat in an attempt to not hurt her feelings. This is a very interesting dynamic they have going on. And okay.
20 minutes later.
Wait, no. I know I've already said bye, but like, who decided to run that storyline? Like, why? Like, I understand it. Ooh. Fine. Oh, that scene in the beginning, that Kadena scene in the beginning was so unbelievably cute. That's my mom on the answering machine. I just want to say that that was one of their cutest scenes, in my opinion. One of their cutest scenes. I'm going to go answer the phone for my mom. Well, I don't even know where my phone is, so no. Who will she choose? Find out next week on things that never happen in real life. Who made this? I have to put, okay, to the thing I'm hollering at, I have to put this link in the description because I'm hollering. Whew. You know, I don't really know what the hell is going on. I think I've said all I want to say right now. I mean, if necessary, I could continue this conversation in comments, or if anyone were to comment on a thought. And I mean, I don't reply to comments as much as I used to, though I do see them. I will try, since this is the finale, to make sure I do a better job of replying to the comments. But I think I've said just about all I want to say. Okay. Yo, this is a mess. But I will be here for season 3 next year. So, yeah. You will see me then. I guess that's it for me. I hope, because I'm not turning this camera back on. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Be sure to check out my channel, my playlists, or my description to see what other shows I watch, what else I do. Subscribe if any of those things interest you. If owning anything that I've drawn interests you, shoot me an email at chantelisprobablysorry@gmail.com, which reminds me I get to take that poster thingy off my wall. Yay! I am very self-critical, and I'm tired of looking at it, because every time I look at it, all I see is what I could have done better. So I'm glad that's coming down. I'm gonna take that down now. Yeah, that's loud. Why? Dokes. I'm just okay. I hope y'all are having a wonderful existence, and I guess that brings me to bye. Oh, it's gonna take so long to edit. I don't want it. Oh, I should finish reading this recap that I put in the description. Stop clink clinking, bitch. Listen, y'all, I'm back. I left, but I'm back. Okay. Why did I come back again? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. OR probably means open relationship. Guy in OR. Because I wrote down OR on this page because I was about to talk about it. And I was like, what the f does OR mean? Guy in OR. Obviously, that was something about the open relationship. Oh. It's not important. I know that the person making the creative decisions since last season has changed, but I just find it interesting how, like, last season Adina was like, I want to stay still and build a home, and in doing so her creativity was stifled. I saw someone said that they wish that they could have heard more of Adina's feelings, because we did very often see Adina push her own feelings aside for Kat, as opposed to seeing her discuss them. I hope that's something that we do see in the future, because though it's a part of her character to do so, it also will be important for people to, well, it would be important generally speaking for, you know, the relationship purposes and communication within a relationship, but then it would also help the audience understand the character better. I wonder if we're gonna get more Alex next season, because I thought he was a series regular. Did he not? Is he not a series regular? Because he wasn't really in it that much. I mean, Richard wasn't either, but I have no clue whether or not he's supposed to be a series regular. I just think it's funny that some of the stuff that we thought that Adina was doing for Kat, or it seems as though some of the stuff that we thought that Adina was doing for Kat, that some of that was to benefit herself and her own feelings, and cater to her own needs, like traveling to Paris for one. And I thought it was so cute how, you know, how quickly she answered saying, yeah, like, yes, I'll go to Paris with you. But it happened to be for other reasons, not like, yeah, let's go spend time together in Paris. So that was probably part of it, but I think most of it was, let's get out of this goddamn city and go to Paris, and like that freedom that she needs. But some people are saying how they wanted to offer an apology to Kat because they'd been dragging her the entire season, and it turns out that it was Adina who wasn't ready. And that's just something that I saw. I thought that was funny. I saw that a few times. Okay, I'm gonna go again. Bye-bye.
I missed you.
Get this shit out of my face, bro.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
No.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Everybody gonna. Oh, I got another one.
Fill a rock stone. Rock down the one by one. Get on board, rock them 2 by 2. Get on board, rock them 3 by 3. Remember I play, we a play.
I know I've been on a long time. I'm back and I want what is mine.
I can definitely understand that. I know that. Damn it. My pants. I've been trying to get my pants down for a minute. What is it with me and pants? I'm not wearing pants. I should really put on pants. I'm putting on some pants. And I'm leaving.
Cause I'm gonna miss you. You're gonna come back here?
Yeah. I will come back next week.
Sure?
Yes. I'll do the same thing. Whenever my day off is, I'll come up here.
Awesome.
I wish that we could have talked about the bold type.
The book, the movie?
It's a show.
There's just not time for singing and dancing right now. We got work.
I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today.
What? What's this?
Uh-oh.
If you were to hear... Oh, gosh, it's so hot. If you were to hear of a show called The Bold Type, what would you think that it's about?
The bold type?
The Bold Type, like B-O-L-D.
Oh, persons who are bold?
Well, yeah, kind of.
This outgoing personality.
Yeah, they do have outgoing personalities. That's orange. I want that. I don't give a damn. That's rude. I shouldn't say that. Tumblers.
I know I've been on a long time. I'm back and I want what is mine.
No, I was just thinking. Well, you're right. I mean, it's called The Bold Type because of the girls that the show's about.
Bold?
Yeah, bold. They all have important things going on in their life. They work for a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Who dat? It brings attention to all sorts of issues. Like,
We don't fully understand why the bad things happen to the good people.
it must suck to become aware of the fact that you are the opposite of a muse for someone. If she were in the relationship with pin shit.
I know I've been on a long time. I can always find this shit was the love of my life.
That's something that she had to come to face. But basically, it's a very important show to a lot of people.
Is it online?
Yeah, it is.
The bold one?
The Bold Type.
The bold type.
Yeah, and actually I should tell you a bit about the third girl too. Honestly, the Kadena fight this episode reminds me of the Ko-Fiend fight in the season 1 finale. I mean, we got these ones over here looking good as hell in their outfits, and then the other one over there with the computer confronting and stuff. And then these ones over here, The blocking is very similar. Then some form of confession, and then we have... It's not funny. And I mean, it's just so many different television dynamics that are different.
Come. Just pull it and push. Yeah. Look at the pen in back though. No, I'm ready. Look at it. I use hand say if you want I can bounce.
Julie,
It's hot.
yeah, it's hot. Okay. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's alright.
It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway.
The best part of it is the friendship between three girls. They're like a really good friend.
No.
Are you even interested in television?
No.
So it's not something you would watch because you're not interested.
I would.
You would try to. Cool. I'll send you a link or something, especially if you're like gonna be around here.
Yep.
Nope.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah, and
yeah.
I know you can watch at least the first 3 episodes online with no problem. After that, I think you have to have some sort of account. I don't know. I wrote down Kadena work. I don't know if for whatever reason their work, Kat or Adena's work, or specifically Kat's work, would, I don't know, get in the way of their relationship somehow. Regardless, you know what I would hate though? I would hate... Don't ruin my ship, please. Please. It's not like they're gonna actually like hear me and do anything. I would appreciate it if no big fights happen between... I don't want that type of angst.